Why smart men fail with women and how to flip the game. You're not broken, you're not unattractive, and you're definitely not too smart for your own good. But if you've ever looked in the mirror and asked yourself, why the hell do women not respond to me the way they do to men who are less intelligent, less kind, less capable? This story is for you. It's not your looks. It's not your bank account. It's not your intelligence. It's your addiction to logic and your inability to control your emotions in emotional environments. Let me take you to a scene. 1. The cafe. You're sitting across from her in a quiet cafe. The lights are soft, the music low, the smell of coffee fresh. You've been texting for weeks. You've built rapport. You've had deep conversations. You've laughed. You've opened up. Everything seemed perfect. And now, you're here. She's smiling. You're smiling. She leans in just a little, and then you start talking. But it's not from your gut. It's not from your fire. It's from your brain. You ask her questions. You try to show interest. You talk about your job. You explain your values. You try to be the good man society told you to be. And she nods, politely, kindly. But with each word, you can feel it. Her energy fading, her eyes dulling, her smile shifting. You walk away from that meeting thinking, what did I do wrong? I was real. I was respectful. I was thoughtful. I was clear. I was honest. Exactly. You were logical in an emotional field. And in doing so, you killed the fire before it ever had a chance to burn. Why this happens to smart men? Let's go deeper. You're smart. You're self-aware. You know how to think through things. You analyze behavior, reflect, optimize, calculate. That's what's helped you succeed in life at school, at work, in business. But this same strength is destroying you in dating, because you think attraction is something you can earn by being reasonable. Let me slap that lie out of your head right now. Attraction isn't reasonable. It's primal. It's chaotic. It's emotional. It's not earn it, it's evoke. And every time you try to earn it by explaining yourself, by being nice, by communicating logically, you strangle the oxygen out of the fire. You're solving the wrong problem. You're using a screwdriver in a storm. A story from the jungle. Years ago, I spent 2 weeks in Brazil for a business project. My translator was a guy named Lucas. Wild, unpredictable. The kind of guy who could walk into any bar, barely speak the language, and still walk out with the most beautiful woman in the room. One night I asked him, "What's your secret?" He laughed and said, "I never talk to her brain. I talk to her body first, her gut. I make her feel before I say anything logical." I thought he was joking. Then I watched him lean against a wall, lock eyes with a woman across the room, smirk, and say absolutely nothing. And she walked to him like gravity pulled her there. No pickup line, no clever words, just presence, just tension, just the right emotional vibration. That's when it hit me. I had spent years trying to convince women to like me, while men like Lucas made them feel it before they even spoke. The emotional language of women. Here's what no one tells you growing up. Women don't fall for what makes sense. They fall for what makes them feel something. And the wilder the feeling, the deeper the impact. You're trying to be consistent. She wants intensity. You're trying to be nice. She wants danger wrapped in control. You're trying to be available. She wants anticipation. You're trying to impress. She wants to feel chosen, be a man who could choose anyone. Let me show you a contrast. Imagine 2 men. Man number 1, he explains himself. He writes long texts. He always replies fast. He avoids tension. He's emotionally predictable. Man number 2, he listens more than he speaks. He disappears, sometimes intentionally. He says things that hit and lets them breathe. He makes her feel watched. He doesn't apologize for being hard to read. Man number 1 makes sense. Man number 2 makes her feel, who do you think she obsesses over? Exactly. How smart men sabotage themselves. Let's say she pulls away. She's colder, less affectionate. Her replies get short. Man number 1 starts asking questions. What's wrong? Did I do something? Are we okay? Man number 2 stays calm. He leans back, maybe smirks, says, "You're cute when you pretend to be distant," and then disappears for the weekend. You know what happens? Man number 1 gets ghosted. Man number 2 gets a 3 a.m. message, "Hey, I miss you." Not because he played games, but because he never gave her full certainty. He created the one drug that no woman can resist. Emotional unpredictability. Why emotional control? Logical clarity. Here's the bitter truth. The more you explain, the less she feels. The more you analyze, the less she trusts your frame. The more you show vulnerability without control, the more she questions your strength. Emotions, especially feminine, once air oceans. They rise, they crash, they swell, they vanish. And you, the man, are either the rock in the middle of that ocean or the raft getting tossed around. Control your emotional rhythm, and you control the frame. Lose it, and she takes the wheel. And no woman wants to drive the emotional ship forever. She wants to be led, not dominated, not manipulated. Led by a man who knows where he's going, even when she doesn't. Real power moves you can use without looking like a pickup artist. Let's get practical. Forget cheesy lines, forget TikTok riz. This is deeper than tactics. This is about your presence. Create silence on purpose. After a deep or intimate moment, don't follow up. Let the moment hang in the air like a heartbeat with no echo. Let her wonder. Silence after emotional impact equals obsession. Speak like a poet, not a programmer. Don't explain. Evoke. Instead of saying, "I like you," say, "There's something about you that makes peace feel dangerous." She won't forget that. Pull back after peak moments. Have a great night with her. Vanish the next day. No check-ins. No over-explaining. Let her mind wander. That wandering is where desire brews. Disrupt comfort with tension. If she agrees with everything you say, break it. Say, "You're way too agreeable, starting to scare me." It resets the frame. You've taken the lead again. Always reward depth, not compliance. She opens up, acknowledge it subtly. Say, "I didn't expect that from you." She feels seen, not studied. Don't react to her emotions, modulate them. If she storms off, you don't chase. If she goes silent, you don't ask why. You stay centered. That emotional gravity pulls her back every time. A story from war. There's a scene from the book The Art of War by Sun Tzu that always stuck with me. He said, "If your enemy is angry, irritate them. If they are relaxed, make them uneasy. If they are united, divide them." You're not at war with women, but you're at war with neediness, over-explanation, and emotional reactivity. When she's unpredictable, you don't chase. You ground. When she's emotional, you don't match. You slow down. When she's silent, you don't guess. You smirk. You are the strategy. You are the calm in the chaos. Become the fire, not the explanation. Attraction isn't built by what you say. It's built by what you withhold. Not to manipulate, but to lead the dance. You are not here to be liked. You are not here to be understood. You are here to create emotion. Emotion is the language of seduction. Logic is the language of friendship. Pick your weapon. The final word. You don't need to be better. You need to be bolder. The real shift isn't in how you talk to her. It's in how you see yourself. When you see yourself as a man whose presence changes the temperature in a room, you stop trying to get anything. You simply arrive. That's the man who attracts. Not because he says the right things, but because he doesn't say what everyone else says. Not because he chases, but because he draws. Not because he explains, but because he evokes. Be the fire. Be the gravity. Be the mystery that makes her question what she thought she wanted. Because deep down, she doesn't want safe. She wants real, and real is never predictable. If you felt this, if something clicked, then it's time. Time to stop overthinking. Time to stop explaining. Time to master emotional attraction with presence, control, and fire. I'll see you in the next one, but only if you're ready to stop being the nice guy with logic and start being the unforgettable one with power.